pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
indivisible,
liberty
with
and justice.
liberty and justice for all.
Would you like me to do the roll call?
Please, ma'am.
Okay, roll call for the record. Joshua Harris,
Here.
Teresa,
Here.
it's Tressa, isn't it?
Either.
Okay. Marusak,
Good job. Here. Good job.
Lori Beal is not here. Maya Lengrich, is that how you say your last name?
Lingridge.
Okay, is not here. Mel Sells,
Here,
and then for this meeting, are we gonna have, Catherine step in?
I would, yes.
Okay, and then we're gonna have Catherine. File. We almost, Wheelie. All right, we have a quorum. You may proceed.
Sweet, okay, do we approve the agenda? Anybody want to make a?
Make a motion.
Motion
Yep.
to approve the agenda.
A motion to approve this.
So am I,
You can, yes,
because the
Mhm.
others are absent?
exactly. So your alternate duties are active and
So I
correct.
can speak.
Yes.
And so,
Check.
can we get someone to second the motion to approve the agenda?
a second.
Okay. Then,
All in favor.
yeah, all in favor
Aye.
of approving the agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay, everybody approved. We need to make a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
So for that one, I was still waiting for the reformat.
Okay, we do not have that,
So
so we can scratch that guy.
Yep.
All right. So then I guess we need to have a discussion in regards
Well,
to,
so, yes, this agenda is basically all about reforming the leadership and secretarial roles of this committee because our longtime chair had to step down, travel, and we thank her for all of her time and service. But ideally, this committee should have a chair, a vice chair, which we currently have, and a secretary. Meg Quinn, also recently resigned. She had some family stuff going on, so she just didn't have the time to serve on the committee anymore. So unfortunately, the committee has enough people, but we have to refill the roles. So just for those of you that don't know, the chair is generally responsible for setting the meeting dates and setting the agenda for the meeting. The vice chair essentially does what Josh was doing right now, serves in the chair's absence.
yeah, I can do that.
And that's what's going on. And then the secretary does the exactly what it sounds like, takes the minutes, formats them, sends them to the secretary after they've been voted on for approval. That's essentially the role of the secretary. So unfortunately, we have two regular committee members who are long-running committee members. But it sounds like the chair indicates they don't have a lot of interest in either the chair or secretary roles. So I guess,
I mean, I can do secretary stuff as long as I can use tools, all right? Like I could swing meetings, tools,
Yeah.
formatting, and then an email, but like being emailed and needing to communicate via email, I get the Google invite and I'm like, yep, all right, done.
yeah.
All right, so like communicating via email is not my strong suit.
So, I guess,
Jake.
does anyone here at this meeting have interest in either of those roles?
Jake, I have a question. Have we done any kind of marketing to try to fill these roles? I haven't seen anything pop up,
Well, so
like on social
technically this committee
media
is.
or,
Well, generally, what we do for social media is we fill the committee members, but the roles themselves are voted by the committee members. So this committee is full. It does not need any more members. What it needs is to figure out which of its members want to serve in the roles defined
Okay.
previously. So yeah, we're not gonna be going out to
Okay,
Facebook to
gotcha.
say, hey, we need a chair. It's up to you all to cuss and discuss who wants the fun job of chair or secretary.
And then too, are we all appointed?
Yes,
Two,
so
right.
all committee members have been appointed by the mayor and confirmed by council. That is a requirement to serve on a committee, so We have enough members to conduct business, meaning the quorum. But with those other missing members and with two brand new members, being this is your first meeting, I understand there may be some reluctance to raise your hand and say, it's my first meeting, I want to be the chair. I totally get that. Unfortunately, with the other members absent, we only have two members who have been to more than one meeting, and the Joshua Harris is currently vice chair, and Mel, you. So,
I don't have a problem doing the secretary, like what he said and what I
Okay.
told Elliot. Give me the stuff and.
yep, the transcript.
Yep, and I can do it that way.
Okay, so
So I
the
don't have a problem doing that if
Okay.
that's what y'all want.
that is what is needed. We do have an AI service that transcribes the meeting. So what you would have to do is go through and make sure that it's formatted to the clerk's specification properly. And then it would be your duty to present those meeting minutes in email to the committee before the next meeting so they can be voted on. That is essentially the secretary role. So, I'm sorry, I don't have
But if you
the,
really want that, you can have it, sweetheart, you can.
well, it,
No.
what's the first agenda item? Is it secretary or chair?
Chairman.
Okay, so let's just do this in order. Is there anyone here who would like to volunteer to be the chair of this committee? Understanding that if Joshua steps up and says he wants to be chair, then I'm gonna ask somebody else to be vice chair.
I'll step up.
Okay, so Mel has volunteered, so you'll have to call for a motion on her nomination.
Awesome. May we get a motion to? Say that one again.
To nominate
To nominate Mel as our chairman, chair lady,
chair,
chair
yes,
person.
But
We got a second
that's a motion.
for
Is
that
there-
motion, and then can we get a second for that?
Sure, I'll second it.
Perfect.
Okay, so we have a second. So now we have a agenda item that has been given a motion and a second. On agenda items, there is then what's done as a roll call vote, and that's typically conducted by the secretary. Ileana, as the clerk, does that for council meetings. So Ileana, would you mind just kind of showing how that works? So
Yes,
for
sir.
future reference?
Can we get, a vote on item A? Usually you can go one by one, it's up to you, or most committees say, can I get all in favor? All in favor, say aye.
Either way works.
All right.
Okay, opposed? Okay.
No
Motion
opposed.
passes.
Okay, so now we officially have Mel as our chair. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Um,
I'm glad we're all learning this together.
Mel, do you want to run the meeting remotely as you being the chair now, or do you want to let Joshua continue doing it since he's here in person? Either way is fine.
For tonight, I would appreciate Joshua to run it. I don't have anything in front of me and I am on a strict time limit tonight. I will
Sure.
commit to being there in person moving forward. I cannot be there tonight. So Joshua, if you can take charge, that would be great.
Just to pause for a quick second, I think it makes sense. You're already the vice chair. Is there any objection to leaving Joshua as vice chair so that in Mel's absence, you could continue meetings? You okay with that?
I mean, I'm great with that. I mean, I do pretty good at vice chair.
Okay. Very good.
There hasn't, that item's not even on here and he wasn't kicked off. So.
We just worried if he was gonna vote for chair, then we were just gonna trade one problem for another. Okay, well then we'll move on with the agenda.
All right. Does anyone want to be the secretary?
Okay, you gotta tell us, is it Tressa or Teresa? Because we're gonna say it a lot if you're gonna be secretary.
Here's what it is, the way it is spelled, it should be Tressa. But I say Teresa, but I answer to Tressa or Teresa, because I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so Teresa,
There you go, that's good enough.
are you willing to volunteer to be our new secretary for this committee?
Yeah.
Okay, well then we'll need a motion.
Awesome. Can we get a motion to?
I motion to nominate Tressa as secretary.
And can we get a second?
I guess I'll second.
So in this scenario, now that she's the chairman, is she voting?
I'm sorry, yeah, it's true. Mel, did you make the motion?
She did.
I think
I
that's
did.
probably okay, since she's not serving as the chair right now, since Josh is doing
Maybe
it.
the next meeting.
But yeah, typically, Mel, in the future, the chair calls for the motions. So like when you're here in person next time,
Gotcha.
you wouldn't be the one to make motions in the future. You'd be calling for them. But since Josh is
Okay.
calling for it now, we'll let that go.
All right, all in favor to have Tressa as the secretary, say aye.
I,
You can vote, Mel. Oh, all opposed? I don't know what happened there.
Mel, can you hear us still?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, you're on
I-
quite a
I-
delay.
I voted yes.
Okay,
Oh,
we didn't hear it, sorry.
Okay, great, we got a secretary.
Okay,
And she wants the understanding that I'll get her the transcription of this.
yes, and please make sure that Ileana has your email addresses and everything, because that's how correspondence is handled.
And if I might add, as the secretary, you've got 10 days to get me a copy of those minutes. You got this.
What meeting?
The ones that you're gonna get transcribed. I'm gonna do today's.
Okay,
I'll do today's.
okay, but in the future, okay.
Yeah, she generally wants them within 10 days of the meeting ending.
Okay.
Okay,
Awesome. Now let's move on to item C. Discussion/vote to adjust the governance to include domestic partners and their children as family members.
was there any documentation for this agenda item?
I was told to put this on here. I guess I don't understand how it is anyways.
Me neither. That's why I don't want to be the chairman. But I have,
I have a sneaking suspicion, if you can give me 1 second. My guess here is what's happened is the way we've written the document does not include all the legal language for the state of New Mexico. And I
Yeah.
suspect that Manager Weir requested this as an agenda item. Is that,
yeah,
okay? 1 second.
that's why Jake's the liaison.
No, and it's good, and there is, rules as for committee members. I can print those out and give you guys a copy so you
that'd be
can
great.
brush up.
Or even if you email them, that'd be great.
I'll just email it. So
Perfect.
Mel, I don't know if you can hear me. I'll email you the rules on how, a meeting should be run as far as decorum and conduct. So you guys have a
Okay,
little better
great.
insight.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you.
Can I get a copy of that? I might read it, but I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yes.
You might read it. That's good.
I mean, I'm gonna try. I have like 3 emails and it's a lot. And I don't email.
I can get you a hard copy.
Hey, now we're talking. See, I'll take the hard copy. I'm all about hard copy.
Yeah, okay.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I was on another phone call, but, so one of the issues that we have had in renting, units is the language that's in the current governance that speaks to, what a family consists of. So right now, the way the governance reads is basically a husband, wife, and children. Well, as you may be aware, we have a lot of situations where technically they're not husband and wife. And so what we need that governance language changed, or we're recommending to you to have changed, is to domestic partners instead of husband and wife, and the immediate children of domestic partners as the definition of family. And because right now, we've had to turn away because they don't follow the governance. They're not husband and wife.
Hmm.
We have others that do have units, but we were able to then we had to book them as 2 separate renters.
Hmm.
Which, is just more paperwork for us. So really what we were asking you to do is in the governance to approve and submit to council a language change that instead of refers to husband and wife, to husband and wife and or domestic partners.
That language would be sufficient.
Oh, yeah, so here it's domestic partners and their children as family members. Well, no, so really what you want to do is say husband and wife and or domestic partners and their immediate children. As family members. Perfect.
And that means like the state requirement or whatever.
I'm sorry.
So by changing that from husband and wife to include the domestic partners, that is in alignment with the state governance provided.
So, yeah, it actually, we don't think that it was, but it's close to being discriminatory
I can see how it could.
by having husband and wife.
Yep.
I don't think we would get in trouble with it if we stuck to our guns,
I think
but it's on the edge,
it is.
which is true. But to us, it's more about just the people that are applying and trying to make sure that we have good governance that represents the people that are applying. And we don't want to run a bunch of people off because of the governance.
Yeah, we may have some great potential candidates that we can't approve because they're domestic partners.
Yeah, so right now, we have several candidates. We do have 3 people that signed up. We had 5. But when we had to change the move-in date from August 1st to October 1st, we lost 2. And we have other people that are still in the evaluation process that should fill the 5 positions that are gonna be available October 1st. I don't know if y'all heard or not, but the 2 ADA homes have been pushed back, and it has to do with the manufacturer. The ADA homes, there's a big demand for them. So we don't have a date on the 2 ADA homes yet, which actually worked out without getting into it, because the pattern at which we have to install the houses, it's gonna be easier without the ADA homes there. But as you know, yesterday we approved with Sustainability Partners the 17 homes that they're gonna be supplying. And right now, it's looking like those homes we will be able to start filling those homes on November the 1st. And so we have, really, we have at least 22 units that we're gonna start in about a week, trying to find people to fill them.
And
Actually,
actually,
I'm sorry, 19 units, not 22.
and that will complete the houses, the first 30 houses of phase 1, that will be the total of
The
them.
only 2 that are outstanding are the 2 ADA,
288.
because we don't even have it. We're waiting in line to get into production, and we can't project everything out until it's like a week before production.
And
So,
then, just so you know, this committee did the whole governance and all the other things that we've done, and so that's why we need to go in and make
Fix
these
it.
amendments.
Yeah, so
Amended.
Ileana is grabbing a copy of the governance, so that way we could find the language in specific, and we would ask you all to make a recommendation of how to modify that language to bring us into compliance with domestic partners.
so to change the governance, it should come to y'all. Y'all have to vote to approve any changes, and your approval then submits it to council.
Okay.
And so that's a process we need to go through to change governance. And it's not a big change if everybody's in agreement.
Yes, sir.
It's on the agenda. Y'all could make the change today, and we could have it go into council at the next council meeting in August.
Yes, sir.
Which is like,
So are we just needing a motion to change the verbiage? Is that what you're
you
asking
will
for,
need to
Brett?
mention. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to make a vote on, changing the governance and just switch it or adding some words to it.
for families.
But we need to find it in the governance and scratch it in
Here,
there.
we'll find it.
Vote to, make a motion and vote to approve that, and then we'll need to also, that's not on here, we'll need to make a motion and vote to send that to council if we vote to make the change. I would
Okay.
Makes sense.
read the rules. I've just said it on meetings and tried to pick up on neighbors.
How's Evan?
Family members.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay. Let me see if it's,
You're gonna answer.
Mr. Vice Chair.
Evidently, he's in the dog.
We're gonna keep looking, but, read this section here where it says family. We'll see if it appears anywhere else in the subsequent here. You got it. This one.
The new fire's definition and family centers or all the fire. That.
So,
I mean, it's saying that it's, the definition is the definition under the Federal Fair Housing Act. We don't even have a definition.
Is that it, or is that not it?
I'm sorry.
Is that it?
Like, it says the family members right there, but then it says the definition of family members lies in the, whatever that's.
Yes, right.
So the governance kicked it back to the Federal Fair Housing Act.
Yeah, that was kind of my question was, isn't there like a federal
Yeah.
standard that we should default to? Because then it probably automatically includes domestic.
That's kind of what we did with manufacturing stacks, essentially.
It may be, let me make a phone call.
Quick, bear with me for just a second. So here, I'm gonna read this aloud, Mel, so you can hear it as well. We think that the section in question, and Manager Weir is checking, is page 3 of the governance document, section 2, under the application process for prospective occupants, subparagraph B. All proposed occupants in a unit, all proposed occupants in a unit responsible for paying rent and or other rental unit expenses, including to but not limited to utilities and renter's insurance, must submit a rental application. Occupants who meet the Village of Angel Fire's definition of family or who qualify for familial status under the Federal Fair Housing Act do not need to submit an application. So in other words, that is not treating those familiar members or those, if you qualify as a family member, you don't have to be a separate occupant, is essentially what that paragraph is doing. And so Manager Weir is checking to see if it was not on this document, which again, titled here, the governance document, but if it's possibly on the property manager's application process. So is this appearing in 2 different places, and we're just trying to get a sense of that right now?
Well, I know that me and my son, he had to fill out an application.
Okay,
I had to turn around and fill out an application.
got it. Because
We had,
if you don't, I'm guessing he's an adult child?
yes,
Okay, got it.
yeah,
Gotcha.
but then they didn't, my grandson didn't have to fill out a
Application, right, because he's a minor. Okay,
But yeah, Ian had to fill out one and then I had to fill.
gotcha. So bear with us for just a minute more. We'll see if we can get this paperwork in a row. Mel, this is our last agenda item, so we will not keep you much longer. And again, I want to thank the committee for all of its hard work, getting the funding on the 17 and having those units hopefully coming online November 1. It won't mean that this project is complete. There's going to be some wrap-up items that we'd like to do. Some more landscaping, potentially some asphalt work. There's some other things on the property to kind of clean and spruce it up and finalize it. But we've really focused all of our efforts and thereby our monies on getting housing in place and occupiable first, was kind of the first goal. So we're not going to be done with phase 1 by the end of the year, but at least we should have it fully occupied by the end of the year.
So who's putting out announcements for workforce housing?
So that is the property manager, Ham Properties. It goes out on Facebook and on the village website, both.
Ham, and it's HAM.
I think it's just one M.
I think,
I thought it was just one, but I could be wrong. Spelling was never my strong suit, so apologies.
And then you said the village?
The village puts it on the website and it does go out on Facebook. It is out on Facebook now. I have seen the posts up.
I missed it
Okay,
and.
yep,
I would like,
Yeah.
we have several people,
gotcha,
would love to be getting on that.
sure.
Yes, I haven't seen anything either. That's why I was asking earlier.
I did see,
Yeah, I'll-
today I was just kind of doing some background research about what I was walking into today, and I did see it on the, bill.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to.
Ham Heritage Properties,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
So that is the property manager that, was hired by the village essentially to be the go-between here. We don't really have the ability to do property management in-house at this time. This committee has had discussions, as well as the manager and I. As we grow the number of rentals, it may get to a point where it makes more sense for us to bring that in-house. But for now, for these 6 plus 7 plus 17, we couldn't dedicate headcount to just that.
So the 17 will be November.
November 1, and yes, so that contract just got approved at council last night. So how this has gone so far is the first 6 that are set, we paid for out of grant monies. The next 7 that are coming, this next set, we paid for out of cash. The 17, we're actually financing with a company called Sustainability Partners. And I first met them when they approached the village. They are like a financing arm for municipal entities. So we are doing, I don't know if you guys know about the water meter swap out project that the village is doing right now. That same entity is who's funding that and going through all of it. So they approached us about the water meters and they also said, hey, we would love to fund other things. I mean, they fund road graders for municipalities and they've been trying to get into workforce housing with municipal entities. And so I believe we're gonna be their first customer of this type we're gonna go finance. Now, why that's advantageous to us as a village is on paper, this looks like we're leasing them. So from Sustainability Partners, they will own those 17 and we'll be paying them a monthly charge, which we basically pass through to create the rent amount. We don't mark the rents up. We put a small amount of money in there to cover incidentals. We don't charge for water and sewer at these units because we don't have to, and so it keeps that rent lower. But the benefit to us is because it's more of a lease, it doesn't hit us in the form of debt. So if we were to go out and finance those 17 units the traditional way, the entire cost of that would be against our books as debt. And this way it's not, so it gives us a little more flexibility, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. So
Okay, I filibustered long enough.
Okay, so sorry about that, but I just got the property manager on the phone, who's the one who requested this. And she said that the way that we reference the Fair Housing Act and the Fair Housing Act, it does not speak to domestic partners. And so we need to speak to domestic partners. So it should say in that line, it's section 1E, part B. All occupants in any household must meet the requirements listed above, except for occupants who meet the Angel Fire's definition of family members. So what she's saying, instead of the Angel Fire definition of family members, she thinks that we should put in there our own definition, which is married couple or domestic partners and their immediate children, instead of Angel Fire's definition of family members. And the way this is worded, because it says Village of Angel Fire definition of family members, indicated on the definition of persons of low or moderate income in the ordinance, or who qualify. So really from where it says who meet, where it says who meet, all the way to ordinance should be struck. And you should say except occupants that are domestic partner, that are married, or domestic partners and their immediate children.
Won't that need to be minor children? We had that come up earlier.
Well, there's another place where it defines and, uh, yeah, so I would be more specific. I would say children under an age, because what we need to think about is if somebody's still in college, you know, like my health insurance, my children get it until they're 26,
The only challenge, I guess, I would,
unless they get married. Once they get married, then they don't get it.
but the only challenge I would see with that, and Tress, I'm gonna pick on you, cause you've gone through the process.
Thanks.
If your adult child, if he had an income, then he would qualify as a person, right? Under the, Housing New Mexico definition for calculation of income.
That's true.
You talking about just my son or my grandson?
Your son
My son, yeah, he had to fill out the
application.
application and gotta put,
I'm not picking on you, just since you've been through the process.
That's okay.
Got the experience,
I filled out an application and got it approved.
and her son had to as well, since
And
he's,
Ian had to also, and
And how old is he?
Ian?
19.
Oh, Ian? No, he's 30,
Oh,
okay.
32.
so I guess the question is, I mean, that would make sense. But,
But my grandson, who's 16, did not have to fill one
Oh.
out, though. That's what we were asking.
So that's why I was thinking it would need to be minor children, because adult children would technically have to be, if they have an income, they would have to be counted as an occupant and fill out an application. So it sounds like Christina did that part of it exactly correctly.
yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Okay, so, if nobody minds, I'm gonna make a suggestion then. So, do we need to modify it here as well? Both places, B and B?
I mean, I think that would be cleaner that way.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say that we do. Anywhere that it says family members, we including domestic partnerships. Will that work?
Yes, that
Yeah.
sounds good.
So there are two places, and do you guys want to call it out specific, or do you just want to say anywhere in the governance document that says family members, we put comma, including domestic partnerships, comma,
I mean, in case we missed one, that's all.
in case we missed one?
Yeah,
And then
It's the
I don't
same as
think we need to address the lines at that point, saves some time.
I think that'll work.
Okay, any objections to that? If not, sorry, I know I'm stepping on your toes, I just thought we'd,
Great, sounds terrific.
okay.
Sorry, I wasn't a little more prepared.
No, that's okay, we're gonna get it done.
By the way, I just talked to our property manager to clarify what she was asking, and we'll need to invite her. She wants to start attending these meetings and reporting to you guys, like where she is. Give something more specific as far as how many open properties we have and all that type of stuff. So I told her it's gonna be approximately a monthly meeting. And that, you know, she'd probably give 10 minutes worth of just an update of where we are on building the homes. I think that'd be a good addition to this meeting.
Definitely, I think that'd be great.
Yes, absolutely.
It's here on the.
So
third
on that
website right now.
note, on that note, speaking about the next meeting, can we set the next meeting date?
Yeah, we generally do that right at the end of the meeting.
Okay,
So Ileana, do you understand what the motion?
Yes, they want to do, anywhere that it says family member, include, domestic partner, comma, or comma,
Okay,
And their immediate children.
and their immediate children.
Alright,
We can, but I think then adding that gets back into the minor issue. So I would just leave it at domestic partnership, if that's what we need,
right.
and if the property.
well, the problem is that in a domestic, if you have a domestic partnership and they each have separate children,
I see, the blended family.
that's the blended family. That's why she wanted the language.
So it needs to be domestic partnership and their immediate children added anywhere after the term family member.
That's correct.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion on that?
It's just immediate children, not minor children, correct?
Yes.
Got it.
So Josh, if you want to call for a motion on adopting that language.
May we get a motion to adopt the language of adding after family members in our governance to include domestic partners and their immediate family,
Immediate
Children.
children.
I'll move on.
We have one motion, okay?
And can we get a second?
I'll second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I,
Sweet. We now have voted on that. It goes through. And we need to make a motion to send the request to the change of the governance to council next meeting.
So the motion already does that. You've already adopted that language. So, our new secretary, I will have Ileana explain, but that will have to be put on a document and sent to her. She'll show you how to attach that. There's a form because you're moving something along to council. So the first step is to go to the clerk. The clerk will then get it on council's agenda and council can then ratify that language at the next meeting.
Yeah, so everything that you guys, every rule or policy, you're, by the definition of your committee, have to go to council for final approval. So by approving something, it automatically is gonna go to council.
You don't have to then vote to send it to council.
got it.
So now we're to Mel's question about next meeting.
Next meeting time.
Is there a, since so many of you are new, many of the committees have if they're gonna be monthly meetings, they'll do like the first Tuesday of the month, or they'll have kind of a rubric like that that makes sense. Mel, do you have a suggestion or anything of when you would like to see meetings as the new chair?
I mean, I like the last Wednesday of the month. I don't know if that's something we can kind of stick to, or the last week of the month. Any
The last Wednesday of the
suggestions?
month is perfectly acceptable. How does the rest of the committee feel?
Sounds good.
That's,
And then next question, is there a time? Some committee members prefer this 5:30 PM slot because of their work schedules. Some prefer something else.
Yes. I prefer 5:30. I do work, so
Okay,
I'd suggest the next meeting be August 26th at 5:30.
It's available.
so did you hear the clerk, Mel?
Yes.
Okay. And does anyone have a problem with that as the rubric going forward?
I would prefer Mondays. I mean, I know Mondays are like kind of crazy for everybody, but we only have like a 4-day work week, so like that's like almost the end of our work week. So it'd be cooler if we could do Mondays.
Mel?
I am
can
open
do
to
it.
that, just may not be present. But I can always be on Zoom, so Mondays I'm just not always in town, so, but I will be available by Zoom if that works for everyone too. I'm totally flexible.
I would just say it's a little hard to chair the meeting sometimes via Zoom, especially if most people
Yeah.
are attending. So could we split the difference and do Tuesdays, or is there a?
Tuesdays is great, yeah.
Tuesdays are better.
Tuesdays are better than
Tuesdays are
Wednesdays?
better than Wednesdays.
But the last Tuesday of the month is not ideal because that's usually when council meetings are.
Yeah, so council meetings are usually the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. What about Thursday? Or is that the worst for you?
That's the worst for me.
That's the worst.
What about the first Tuesday of
third.
the month?
For the third, right before the council meeting.
Or
And then if there's anything.
yeah, the
else
third
for
would
the
be
council-
good.
the third Tuesday of
Yeah,
the month.
Yes,
Okay.
I like that. So that would be
To-
August 18th.
Correct.
Yes, that's better.
Okay, one thing, Mel, I might ask you to do, just is email all of the committee members. Let's go ahead and set it for the 18th at this time. And then Ileana, if you will make sure that Mel has everyone's new email address, including the property managers. Let's try to set that habit with everyone, because I do find it works better for the committee if everyone knows, oh, third Tuesday of the month, I know I'm gonna have a committee meeting. Now, if there's no business to conduct, we're not gonna have you guys have a meeting just because. But let's set it as the 18th for now, and then Mel, if you'll kind of get with those that aren't here and make sure that that will work for them, it would be awesome if that rubric stuck.
Absolutely. For the next meeting's agenda, what do we need to discuss?
Really just an update from the property manager, unless there's any other agenda items.
Correct. So if there are other agenda items that pop up, like for instance, item C that popped up today, that was clearly a problem that Manager Weir had identified and said, hey, we have to take action on that. That action needed to start at this committee and go to council. So if there are other changes that we need to make to governance documents is one. Sometimes other things get presented like updates on construction. Sometimes I will present that, or if there's grant writing opportunity. And then at some point in here, and there's no updates on that next, we're gonna have to start talking about phase two. We don't have dirt for that yet, so that's gonna happen. And then also what the phase one wrap up wish list, as I call it. Right now in my head, that is fencing around the property, that is asphalt, that is decks off the front. We had considered putting kind of an extended deck off the front to give a little more outdoor space. Those are gonna be things that we're gonna have to fight for budget for, because we've spent all of the money buying the homes. So, those are gonna be items to discuss at the committee level to see, you know, if there can be a grant, at which point, I know some of you, I know you know Rocky. So our previous workforce housing director is now purely doing grant writing. It's occupying so much of his time. But there's not an official, anything to go on the agenda, other than we will have Ham Heritage Properties present at that meeting. And then it will be up to you guys to decide if that's the only agenda item and you would rather not have the meeting, then we could have the property manager wait until the next month's meeting
Right.
to present.
I mean, or do we want to discuss the wish list and or anything on phase one right now?
We can,
We've already kind of talked
the
about.
challenge I see there is there's not budget allocated for the wish list right now. And by the time August 18th rolls around, there's not gonna be any new units sitting there. So we're probably not changing anything at that point. So does that make sense, Mel?
Yes, I think I would like to sidebar maybe with you and Brett just to kind of get up to speed. I feel like I don't know a lot of the things that's going
Sure.
on. So we can maybe
Yep.
do that and then come up with an agenda for the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, aside from like, unless y'all find anything, I mean, we really don't need to meet just for update.
Correct, and that's my approach too. I will say, so my Firewise committee, they meet, was it first Monday of the month or first Tuesday? I can't remember what it is. They meet because they get reports on slash consumption, permits, like there's regular business that they meet to discuss, as well as modifying some of their code. At this point, though, I don't think we have any other modifications that we anticipate needing for an August meeting. Sorry, Manager Weir's behind me, Mel, you can't see that, but he was shaking his head no, so, and I think it's a great idea
Okay.
that we should probably, she had asked if you and I could sit down with Mel and kind of catch her up to speed as the new
Okay.
chair, so
Okay.
that's a great idea. Thank you all,
Okay.
especially you two new people, for jumping into the deep end, meeting one, that's awesome. Thank you, Josh. And Mel, thanks for stepping up to be the chair.
Congratulations, Mel.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
One second before Josh gavels us out.
Well, I do want to tell you all that, this committee has done more work than any of our other committees. Some people might be upset at that, but it's just true. But I will also tell you that you're not even 1/3 of the way done with the plans of this mayor. So there's a lot more work to do. So we do appreciate you guys being part of this committee. keep in mind, you're the voice of the people. That's your role. And you should come here with things that the people of Angel Fire want out of this administration in relation to workforce housing. So thank you for your time.
So
Thanks, Brett.
we're at the end of the meeting. There are no more agenda items. So generally the chair would say, if there's no other discussion, and bang the gavel and say meeting adjourned and note a time for the secretary.
Yes, if there's any other discussion needed or anything, then we're going to adjourn this meeting. Anybody?